Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks very much for coming. Meet Wocket, the smartest wallet you will ever own.
It stores your credit cards, your loyalty cards, your gift cards, your private information, so that only you can use them. Wocket Smart Wallet. Put one in your pocket. For advance orders, visit wocketwallet.com.
So first of all, I'd like to thank you very much for coming. It's been 3 long years of development for us. In particular, I'd like to recognize my partner, David Tunnell, who's also our Chief Technology Officer. And without him, none of this would have been possible. I'd also like to thank our angel investor who got this idea right off the bat and put his time and energy, not to mention a lot of money, into this company, Mr. Chad Verdi. Thank you very much indeed. So why do you want to own a Wocket? Well, let's see what's going on around us in the world today. In the last 18 months, there have been 1 billion breaches of private information. That's a massive, massive amount. And look at the names of the companies up here. They're all household names run by really smart people. So it's not that they're being negligent. It's just a consequence of the way that our world is moving forward quickly with technology. And it brings fantastic things with it, but it brings some real negative things as well. And one of those things, our privacy, our own personal privacy, has never, ever been more at risk than it is today. On average, 13 million people have their identity stolen a year. Now, that's the entire population of New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco combined. And some of you may have walked through the streets of Manhattan on the way to the hotel here, and you see how bustling it is and how many people there are. That's just a tiny fraction of what we're talking about, 13 million people a year. But let's see if we can bring it a little closer to home. If we look around the room here, statistics say that 1 in 10 of us have had our identity stolen. So I'm actually going to ask anybody who's had their credit card number taken or their identity stolen, please just put up their hands, and let's just look around the room. And if I'm eyeballing that, I would actually say that's actually more than 1 in 10 of us. So that's a problem. So what can we actually do about this? Well, it turns out that 44% of known causes of identity fraud they can be traced to a stolen wallet or a stolen purse. So it stands to reason that if we can do something about protecting the information in our wallets, then we can cut down tremendously on the incidence of identity fraud. That's why you need a Wocket. A Wocket stores your personal information in a private vault that is only accessed by you, either through your voice or through a pin or drawing a customized shape on the screen. And it's in there, and it's safe, and it's secure. And we don't take your information and keep it either. We don't take your credit card information and put it on a server, and we don't put it on a cloud. We don't even put it on a phone. The information goes directly from your cards, and it's scanned directly into your Wocket. Now, there's another reason why you need to have a Wocket. Now, not all of us have these George Costanza wallets that you see here, but I know a fair few people that have some pretty large wallets. And I've seen people with 2 wallets. And I've even heard stories of people who have back problems because they sit on their wallet and it's uncomfortable. It puts their spine out of alignment. It's a tremendous problem. Well, Wocket can store up to 10,000 pieces of information in a slim, modern form factor. And so we can take this and turn it into this. So I think we're probably going to actually apply for health insurance reimbursement. And what about cash? The problem with mobile apps that you see today, where you're going to put your cash? You can't put it anywhere. But what we've thought about with Wocket is your wallet. It's not a replacement for a wallet. It is an improvement on your wallet. And you need to be able to carry cash and some other things that you can't put in a little computerized device. So we have a number of accessories that are interchangeable that you can actually store cash and other things that you might need on it. So there you are. What we have is we have come up with a product that makes you feel safe and secure about how you make your payments, and it consolidates all that stuff that you currently carry around in your wallets into a slim device. So what sorts of things did we think about when we designed a Wocket? If we look at what's going on around us today, we see that there's a big push towards mobile payments. A lot of people are putting apps on your phone. Very large companies like Google with Google Wallet. There's a company called ISIS, which is a joint venture between AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. They all want you to put your payment information onto your smartphone to use it for payments. Well, they've spent hundreds of millions of dollars since 2011 to do this. And it's slowly gaining recognition, but it's not gaining a lot of recognition. And one particular reason why is that it doesn't really solve a problem for a consumer. There's nothing difficult about using your credit card. People have been doing it for years. The other issue that they have is that merchants all have to change their machines to accept these new touchless payment technologies. So if consumers don't want it, then the merchants don't want to adopt it either. Research has shown that 50% of smart card users don't want to put their payment information on a smartphone. And rightly or wrongly, they're concerned about the ability for that signal to be hacked. They're concerned about what happens if their smartphone is stolen. Will that data be exposed? Well, I know that if I misplace my phone at home, I'm panicked for like 3 or 4 minutes till I can find it. And when I finally find it, it's a big relief. Now, you imagine if you lose your phone and it has your wallet inside your phone. That's a factor times 10. And you know, it's an unfortunate factor today that phones are being stolen with increasing frequency. And even something as simple that happens every day as your battery running out on your smartphone, that brings you to a halt. You can't make a payment if your smartphone battery runs out. Mine runs out at least once a day. So that's an issue. The other thing is that we all have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of loyalty cards. And we don't know where to put them. We can put a few in our wallet, the ones that we use most days. But now if I'm going on a trip, I have to think, OK, what airline am I flying? Right? I need this frequent flyer card. And oh, let me think. What hotel am I staying at? Oh, maybe I need this one. And I invariably get them wrong. And then I'm trying to buy a souvenir somewhere, and I have a gift card for it, but I don't have the gift card with me. Well, what we've done is come up with something. There's actually a well-known computer scientist called Alan Kay. And he once said, if you're serious about software, you need to make your own hardware. And we see this from famous companies like Apple. You're beginning to see it from Google and even from Microsoft. And Alan Kay also said, the best way to predict the future is to invent it. So ladies and gentlemen, here is our invention. You can store 10,000 pieces of information on here in your own personal vault. It can only be accessed by you, either through your voice biometrically, or with a PIN, or by drawing a shape on a screen. You can store all your loyalty cards, gift cards, credit cards on a very slim, easy-to-use device. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Wocket. And in terms of convenience, well, the Wocket doesn't have to be recharged. We have small, little circular batteries that you can buy down at the store. So you don't have to put it on a charger every night, which is something that also infuriates folks. And in terms of convenience, what could be more convenient than actually using a credit card? It's something that we've been used to doing for years and years. Merchants throughout the country have that set up on their machines. So we've developed a reprogrammable smart card that emulates every single card that you scan in your Wocket. So when you select a card that you want to use on your Wocket touchscreen, it gets programmed on the Wocket card, and you hand the Wocket card to your server or to the attendant at the store that you're with, and they will check you out just like any other credit card, but it's on one single card. And for security, the information that is transferred onto that card is erased or zeroized a very short time after it's charged. So there's no residual information on the card. If you happen to lose the card, somebody finds it and picks it up, there's no useful information on there for them. And as I said, with accessories, we can store cash. This becomes your actual wallet. So what we've developed for you is a modern smart wallet. We think this is the evolution of smart. You started with smartphones. You then had smart watches. This is a smart wallet. It stores all your private information in a personal vault and is easy and convenient to use. Now, I'm often asked by folks whether Wocket came from Dr. Seuss. Well, the truth is actually David Tunnell and Justin Mitchell were chatting one day about what they'd like to see in wallets of the future. And they decided that they wanted a wallet that they could lock and put in their pockets. And that became a Wocket. And after that, the media picked up the name and pointed out, oh, this is a Dr. Seuss book. So for us, it's definitely a fun connotation. And in fact, this is what they first came up with. So fortunately, we've moved on from there. So as we get ready to launch our product, we've defined our new corporate logo. And that star you will be seeing a lot of. And that will become the star of authority. It'll be the star of accreditation. And we're embarking on a new advertising campaign, and Wocket will soon be a household name. You'll see it everywhere. Some of you have already seen the CNBC advertisements that we ran. We have a very strong digital campaign that we're running over the next few months. So Wocket will become better and better known as we go forward. And in terms of the future, you're going to see many more things from us, always with consumer security and privacy in mind. So what you will see from us is a way to encrypt data transmission so that when you make your payment on your Wocket card, that data will be encrypted so that it won't be hacked by others on the way up to the payment processor. You'll see in the future an ability to do 4G transactions on our Wocket. What that will allow us to do is encrypted peer-to-peer payments from Wocket to Wocket. That will be critical for the new cryptocurrencies that you see coming up today, currencies like Bitcoin. So that's the future, but back to today. This is the Wocket. It's $149.99, and after the event today, it will be available at wocketwallet.com. I'd like to thank you all very much for coming. Thank you to Ms. Olivia Kalpoth from Miss Universe for flying all the way out here from Los Angeles to be with us. We appreciate that. And in closing, I'm going to ask Jacob to show you a Wocket and how it'll work. So what he's showing you now is the touch screen. And what he will do when he gets back is that he will select a card, and he will make a payment on a payment reader that you see here. So he's now, he's selected the card, and he's now swiping it on a live terminal. And this is the first public transmission or transaction of a Wocket card. And it's printing out the receipt, and we've just bought Justin another comic instead of paying him overtime for the work that he's been doing. Thank you very much, and the floor is open for questions.